Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoyamla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kahakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, to the best of their ability. This is Hanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that is edifying by the Spirit. And this is an article, just want to show you, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites. That's your biblical nationality. And you go through so much because of the curses that the Lord placed on us for not obeying Him. And also it was prophetic as well. And you're the children of Israel, man. And everybody is against you. Trust me. It's 18 nations that the Lord created. All 17 of those nations hate you. So don't get it twisted, man. The scripture says to come out of this place. We're living in the very last of days. And what you're starting to see is the so-called white race is the main enemy of the Lord, according to Psalms 83. And they really have the most hatred for you. Esau, Edom. That's the biblical nationality for the so-called white man. He's not white. He's actually red. Pinkish to reddish in color. He's not running around looking like a glass of milk. I have to say that all the time. But this man has a perpetual hatred for you. And now that they're starting to see that their kingdom is falling right before their very eyes, they're scrambling, man. And they're getting real, loosely, erratic, I would say, for lack of better terms, man. So you have to watch yourself. Don't trust this man. Watch yourself when you're out in their communities. Watch yourself when just in general, when they're around, you look around, man. The scripture says to walk circumspectly. Now, this particular article, it says Louisiana governor says student athletes should lose their scholarships if they're not present for the national anthem. Right? So when they saying that, they're not really talking about the so-called white people that are actually on the team. They're talking about you so-called blacks. Let's just be honest here. Because with this national anthem thing, it goes back to Colin Kaepernick. They was outraged, man, when all that was going on, right? Slovakia. Okay, so let's get a little bit of the article here. It says, well, that's one way to keep them on the court. Social media erupted last night when the LSU women's basketball team left the court before the national anthem ahead of the much anticipated matchup with Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Okay, so they have a lot of, let's see here where it starts back up again. Well, let's just get what the coach said. She said, honestly, I don't even know when the anthem was played. We have a routine where we're on the floor and they come off at 12-minute mark. We come in, we do our pre-game stuff. I'm sorry, that's not intentionally done. Okay? But now this is what the governor says. He's like, fuck that. I don't want to hear that, basically. It says, well, if the governor of Louisiana has his way, LSU might have to change up that pre-game routine. So, he wants to force you into worshiping him. And that's, this is how we know that the market of Beauty and the Beast is going to come down with this same type of force, I would say. Where they're just gonna take something away from you to make you bow to them. We're going to take away your money. We're going to take away your scholarship. It's going to be the same way when they present the MOTB, the market of Beauty and the Beast. Revelations 13:16. They're going to say, hey, you can't eat if you're not going to take this. You can't drink if you're not going to take this. You're not going to be able to be out in public if you can't take this. You can't get on a train. You can't get on a bus. You can't catch an Uber. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't go to the supermarket to get food. You can't. If you don't take what we're giving you. And this is how the so-called white man has been getting down for a long time. And also we know that, hey, he's in, Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So this shows you the power that they have over us. The Lord said that he would place a fierce nation over us, a base nation, a foolish nation over us. So, and like I said again, when you're thinking about this, see, let me see. Let's get LSU real quick. They're talking about, You know, they don't appreciate last year Angel Reef waving a hand in her face. You know, the so-called white chick face. So let's see here. They had a Louisiana. I don't even know who won the game. You know, I'm not into all this. Okay, so Iowa won. Okay, so, and of course, you know, when you look at this, you pretty much, you know, this is what it's all about. See, it's really this right here. This is the black and white of it. They're happy that Iowa won. You know, this is the bulk of it right here. This is what they're all up in arms about. See, this is right here is from last year, basically, I think. See, it's all got to do with Esau, Edom, and Jacob. Esau and Jacob, the twins that came from Isaac and Rebekah. This is the whole thing that's going on in the world. That's the reason why there's this separation, because Esau has a perpetual hatred towards you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But mainly, you know, not to say mainly, but you know, the top tribe is Judah, and Angel Reese is a Judite. And you know, this is that separation in this country that the Lord is bringing this place to, where the Lord is the, you know, he's showing our people, hey, look, these people are your enemies. On a day-to-day basis, we're starting to see more and more and more that in 2024, you think that all that shit will be gone, but it's no different than the 1600s. They're trying to bring that shit back, and they see that they're losing, so they're gonna turn up a notch and a notch and a notch and a notch. You know, so this is what it's really all about right here. So now, let's go back, because I want to see. I've never seen this governor before. Let's get the governor of Louisiana. Up here you go, right here, dude. Is that him? Yep. Yep, this is him right here. Oh, frail ass looking, you know, appears to be an Edomite. We don't go by colors or nothing. But this is some Edomite shit. But let's see. Yep, that's him. It says, well, if the governor of Louisiana has his way, LSU might have to change up that pre-game routine. Jeff Landry, who is in his first year as governor of Louisiana. Now, you think that what the fuck are you thinking about these schools for like that, in that aspect, when you got a whole goddamn state to run? But you focused in on something, so that lets you know that that's that hatred that's bubbling in these people, man. It says LSU might have to change up that pre-game routine. He said he addressed the controversy early on Tuesday, suggesting that student athletes lose their scholarship if they're not present for the national anthem. My mother coached women's basketball, high school basketball, during the height of desegregation, which we shouldn't even be around you motherfuckers anyway. No one has a greater respect for the sport and for Coach Mulkey. However, above respect for that game is a deeper respect for those that serve to protect us and unite us under one flag. Well, this is not our flag. This is not our country, and we wouldn't be here had you so-called white people not shipped us in over here against our will. They call it kidnapping. They call it human trafficking, that you so-called have laws against. But you're not, you would dare say, you don't even want to give it an apology. You damn sure don't want to give up no reparations. See? So let me get Micah 2 and 10. Hey, look, this is why you should be more and more saying, fuck this place. Fuck Esau's kingdom. Fuck America. Shit. This place is trash on too many levels. But let's get this real quick. He's going to force you. See? What's that got to do with your education? Don't you have the freedom of speech? Don't you have this all that? You claiming that the America has these freedoms, so they fought for people to have all these different decisions. You got all these fucking different religions here. You know, LGBTQ got their rights. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something going on, but when it comes to you so-called blacks making a stand, and it's not. You clearly see what the coach said. She said she didn't even know, which they probably didn't. But he's making it to the point where you can lose your scholarship if you don't stand or be out on the court for the national anthem. These people, man, I'm telling you, boy. hey, I'm telling you, y'all better stop fucking with this place, because the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. And see, when it comes to this truth, see, we're ready to give it all up. You know, I pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai would always have me in a mindset of being like, fuck this place. Fuck a job. You know, fuck what they talking about. Fuck being on your roadways. You know, I can walk wherever I gotta go. Fuck all your shit. You know what I'm saying? I pray that the Lord keeps me in that mindset. Because when shit hits the fans and everything gets going the way that this man wants it going, there's gonna come a point where you're gonna have to put all that shit away. See? You're not to be easily bought, man, by this man. And that's what he doesn't like about the Hebrew Israelites, is that, you know what I'm saying, at least the men of GMS anyway, that we have integrity, that we can't be bought. See? We belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We don't fucking belong to you. You gonna make us stand for your bullshit ass flag, your bullshit ass national anthem, your bullshit, man, fuck all that shit. Fuck Francis Scott Key and the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Your Star Spangled Banner, all that shit trash, man. You know, all of it is trash. And again, we wouldn't be able to be here calling ourselves Americans had you not kidnapped us. Why don't you work on some reparations, bro? You know, there's, you know, much bigger fish to fry. Why don't you work on some of that stuff? Work on that, since you so about equality and shit. You trying to make somebody stay out on the court for and like I said again, let me show you some of the comments. Let me see, what else did he say though? Oh yeah, let's get a little bit more of what he said. It's time that our college boards, including Regent, put a policy in place that student athletes be present for the national anthem or risk their athletic scholarship. This is a matter of respect that our collegiate coaches should instill. Why? Why? Because you want to indoctrinate us into believing that we're Americans. And matter of fact, why aren't you fighting against, why are you fighting against Florida and all these different states that don't want African-American history taught anymore? Not to say that you know, that it was anything anyway, because it's some bullshit too. But why aren't you fighting for stuff like that? See? You think this man will say anything about the LGBTQ community? He already know they'll oust his ass. He's not going to say. But see, they're quick to do this because I'm telling you, you're the mindset. See, they place Jake on the pedestal of being the outcast. See, this man is truly, really the accuser of the brethren. He's constantly accusing us. You know, Americans, so-called blacks in America, man, are not patriotic. You got a few of these clowns. But, man, we don't give a fuck about no America. I can go through I'm looking up and down my street right now. There's not one American flag on a porch in my damn neighborhood, man. Every now and then you'll see one, and it shocks me. But I know that that's one of them old-ass Jake that went to the army or something, you know, back in the days. You know, Jake, and, you know, you think we spend it, but we ain't wasting no money on no fucking flag. The hell out of here. I roll through the so-called white people neighborhoods and shit, man, when I'm at the plantation, and all you see is American flags. You think we got $50, $100 to go and get a fucking flag? You crazy? You crazy? That's the last thing on our mind, to fly a flag in front of our house. Get the fuck out of here, man. We ain't purchasing nothing like that. That's money that, we ain't blowing no money on nothing like that. You know, Jake they gonna get some drinks, some blunts, whatever. They ain't spending it on nothing like that. They gonna get some shoes, something. But we ain't wasting it on, we Americans, and we gonna put no. Hell out of here, man. Stop celebrating all these wicked ass holidays, man. Y'all need to come out of this place. It's gonna come a point where you're gonna have to make a choice, man. It's gonna be the so-called white man, or it's gonna be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And you better be choosing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or you're gonna be destroyed right along with him. Because guess what? He's not gonna get out of the destruction that's coming to his way. That's it. He's not getting out of it. And if you're down with him, you guys gonna get destroyed too. You see? Because they're the ones that's promoting to you to join their militaries and all this shit. You think they in the Chinese, so-called Chinese people neighborhoods talking about, they ain't got no fucking army recruitment centers in none of these Chinese people what neighborhoods here in America. They don't have no National Guard recruiting center and no fucking Arab communities here. No Japanese communities here, North Koreans. Here you go. You've been done the worst, but they want you to come and serve them in their militaries and shit. I'm telling you, man, this man is wicked as hell. And the Lord is just stirring the pot and showing you how he gets down. Here you go. You got a whole goddamn state to run, and you worried about something like that. But check out the comments. It says this team is never on the court for the national anthem, dating back to at least last season. But don't let that stop you from writing an article about a non-story. Okay. This story is more about a politician spouting off authoritarianism. Yep, it is. This person says, I'm not in favor of teams not being present for the national anthem, but I have a real problem with the women's basketball team being singled out when LSU football team has done the same thing. Okay. This person says, you should lose your job. This person says, play the national anthem after the games are over, and let's see how many of your so-called patriotic fans stick around and listen to it. Hey, that's true. I can say that too. You damn right. That's a good idea. They out of the fucking place before. If they team losing, and it's a blowout, so to speak, they're not sitting there and being patriotic, even to their team, their favorite team. They'll go and buy the big ass finger. You see the big ass #1 finger they be waving. You know, motherfucker all dressed up in costumes and shit. They not hanging out. This person says you have freedom in the United States, so you're going to get punished if you don't celebrate it how you think it should. Yep, that's a good point. Land of the free, but I'll punish you if you don't like me. Okay. Really, Gov? So these people, they're not with it. They're really not with it. This person says, no. As a veteran, I fought for everyone regardless if I agree with them or not. America is about freedom, and that's why I love it. No one should be forced to do anything in lieu of anything that is, to me, is anti-American. This person says it's still a free country. Our military died to defend their rights. That's what I say, too. This is communism. I don't even stand for the national anthem or put my hand over my heart. I'm not worshiping a flag that was raised during the genocide and rape and murder of millions of people. Hey, there you go. So we can clearly see here that this man, they're not with what he's saying generally overall, but there's them ones in there that's, you know. Oh, see, they going with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, those Twitter accounts and shit. Yeah, they not with that shit, but some of them with it. So really, in reality, you got a half and half pretty much going on, and it's nothing but a separation of the country to begin with. And see, this is all being caused really. It's all on purpose, really, but it's all by Yahweh H.I.M, man. Because there are actual people that's out here that believe that you should be standing. They don't want to hear what you got to say. They're not trying to hear no. They're gonna tell you every single time that slavery shit was a long time ago. Leave it alone. And then it's just like I said again, the pot is bubbling so cold on Esau where every day is something new with them. Where you just starting to see hatred. Like, God damn. Everybody on their ass, too. It's not just, you know, I'm talking about you go on TikTok, every race of people on there pretty much. Even the so-called white man is talking shit about the so-called white man. But I'm telling you, I already know the reason as to why this right here is going on is because it's that black and that white line, man, that's going on. They hate the so-called blacks, man. You get to talking about that we're all one people, we're all the one race, the human race, and all that other bullshit. And see, Esau, they trying to get out of that punishment, and it's not going to work. This is Matthew 12:25. And Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Because most of those comments are in there are so-called white people saying, fuck you. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? But they really should be with him. Why? Because them being divided like that, their nation is falling. The Russian and American so-called white people should be together, arm in arms. So should the Ukrainians. Matter of fact, Russia should be a part. They should have done had a discussion and done got down with NATO and say, hey, look, man, we're all the white race, man, and we running this shit, and we got to stick together to continue on running this shit. That's what they should be doing, and trying to make as many babies as they possibly can, right? To keep their race going, because they're dying off quicker than they're being born. But what are they doing? Legalizing pot in all these countries, legalizing certain, people just getting high. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's just getting high lately. Even the older people, bunch of goddamn drunks, badass health, looking doofy as hell. Even the ones that's in power, you be looking at some of these people like, motherfucker, where did you just came from the club? He looking like he hung out at the club. All of them looking like that. Eyes all fucked up and baggy, scruffy looking. Don't look like they jumped in the shower. They just on TV, you know what I'm saying? Giving an announcement about the country, man. Bunch of damn weirdos. So this place is falling off, and it's falling real bad, man. Well, let me get one more. I got to go and pick up my vehicle from the mechanic shop here. Let's see here. Let's get Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. And it reads, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. See? And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the fall of our enemy, Esau Edom, the so-called white race, man. Those people are our enemies. You might say, well, I'm free. My dad think like that. I know plenty of people like that. My dad, he cannot see it. And he comes deep from the South. He grew up in the era of them calling him nigger and nigger this, nigger that. He can't see it, though. He really thinks that he's an American. And I just, I let it float. You know what I'm saying? like damn. But that's how hardcore Esau got down on our people. Because my dad, his dad, then his dad's dad, shoot, two great grandfathers back from me. Shit, man, hell, we was in the thick of it. We still in it. But for damn sure, backs being whipped in. That wasn't that long ago. But they'll get to talking to you about how long ago it was. But yet, they mad at you because you won't place your hand on your heart and say pledge of the allegiance with they silly asses while they eating hot dogs on 4th of July. But that was a long time ago. See? Esau's a huge hypocrite, man. And we, like I said again, we already know what it is. Because generally, most of LSU, or the star of LSU, of course, she's a so-called black woman. You know what I'm saying? And, and she out there giving them the business. You see? And they can't take it, man. So when, they have someone like Caitlyn or something like that, hey, that's their big thing. That's why they love somebody like Donald Trump so much. Because they're failing so bad, they only have like a few people. It's like once they get a person that comes up that kind of like really represents them, because they're so low, even though they're running everything, it's like it's their great white hope. But they're fighting in vain. Because this place is through. It's not coming back. See, the Lord has placed a so-called white man against the so-called white man. That's why you got a right and a left, or a damn Democrat and Republican. And this shit is split all down the middle, man, and they ready to civil war it out right now. This is the type of attitudes that particular state, it's a whole bunch of so-called white people down there that's with what this governor is saying. And throughout the Americas, especially them southern states. See, it's all boiling and bubbling down to civil war, man. And that movie is about to drop soon, too. I think in maybe about 2 weeks or so, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to see what's popping with that. But they're not showing you these movies for nothing. They're not showing you movies like Leave the World Behind and all these different movies and all these scenarios where people are just going to be going for self. This stuff is being orchestrated. And it's actually being orchestrated from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on top. The true and living power, the true and living God that created heaven and earth, man. His movie is playing out. That's what's really going on. The ultimate movie is playing out. Got Esau actually doing movies within movies, mini movies, So, hey, we're living in the last days, man. This is why we say be circumspect, to watch yourself, to watch your surroundings. I always say, if you got to go shopping and it's in their areas, go do that shit early as you can. Get on out of there, man. Get in and get out. You know, because generally, you know, the Walmarts and little Targets and all that little shit like that Jake be having to hit, they be in their communities. They don't be in ours. You got to go out of your way to you know, and spend extra damn gas to go and shop and shit like that, because they're the ones that's got it all. But if you got to go do that, go do it early. Hit the banks early. Go do what you got to do. Get in and get out. Don't be hanging out with these people. Don't be hanging around these people. Matter of fact, one of the girls' basketball teams, or women's basketball teams rather, they had to move from their hotel because of racist shit, racist calls and shit like that. 2024, they're telling you that this is the best place in the world to live, the most civilized place in the world to live, and all this other shit. But you motherfuckers can't even get a, you know, you're making a racist, you know what I'm saying, like calls and threats to what America considers to be children, so to speak. Because, you know, these college, you know, they call them college kids. They're actually young adults. But that, you know, as far as America's laws, those are children in the mindset of the law here. You know, so here you go. You got grown ass people threatening these kids, man, so to speak. Well, I can't call them kids because we know full well they damn grown ups. These fucking 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", some of them 7 feet. You know. Once you hit that age of 13, 12, 13, and woman hit her flower, and you're becoming young adults. That's it. But here in America, you're a damn kid until you turn 21. And a lot of the times you're a kid even after that. But anyway, I'm going to end out there, man. I got to go and grab my vehicle up. But, hey, I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. Hey, look out. Watch yourself. When you see these people, hey, check their asses out, man, and see if they're acting erratic and looking crazy as hell. Don't just let these people invisibly walk past you and be walking about, especially if they just out of place. Like, what the fuck you doing around here? You know for sure you ain't ever seen no so-called white people before. You got to watch these people because they're doing shit to our people that's really, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, that's just outlandish, man. And the Lord just hasn't opened Jake up yet, man, to get down. But it's going to come to a point, man, where it's going to be that civil unrest here, man. That racial unrest is building. It's building, man. And that's part of the prophecies, man. So it's playing out. So with that, pray that this lesson was edifying. Let me see, though. Hold up. One sec. It's coming up by the Spirit. Let me see if I can find it, though. Trying to think how it's worded. I'm not even sure where this scripture is at. So lock you, bear with me. I can't even find it. Salakia, but it's a scripture that talks about the children of Israel's hands being, you know, basically on the neck of their enemies, or basically it's going to come to a point, roughly paraphrasing, it's going to come a point of the get down, man, between Esau and Jacob, which Jacob's hand held on to the heel of Esau in the womb. It's been going on, man, from the womb. And it's going to eventually come to a head where, you know, they've been winning because this is their kingdom. But now it's going to, the part of the movie where the good guy is going to come up. So get set, man. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.